too. We'll have such fun together, and before our story ends, you'll make some wonderful, brand new, marvelous, true blue, very best friends. There's Penny, Timmy, Mom and Dad, Baby and Lucky too, and all the kids in the neighborhood who'll say hello to you. They'll be so glad to meet you, and before our story ends, we'll all be wonderful, brand new, marvelous, true blue, very best friends.
The name of this story is Marvin's Invention by Dinah Anastasio, illustrated by Ann Iosa. Cousin Marvin came to visit. He said hello to everyone, and then he went into his room. Marvin put his suitcase on the bed and began to unpack. Marvin's suitcase was filled with pieces of metal and strange round shapes.
What's all that? Timmy asked.
It's my newest invention, Marvin said.
What does it do? Timmy asked.
You'll see, Marvin told him.
The next morning, Timmy and his family cleaned the house. Marvin stayed in his room and worked on his invention. That afternoon, Timmy and his family went to the movies. Marvin stayed home and worked on his invention. When they came home, Penny tried to open the front door, but the doorknob was missing. "I'm sure the doorknob was here when we left," said Father. Everyone nodded in agreement. Timmy knocked on the door, but no one answered. Penny rang the bell.
Marvin must be so busy working on his invention, he doesn't hear us, said Penny.
"Timmy," said Father, "will you climb in the window and open the door for us?"
Sure, said Timmy. Just give me a boost.
Soon everyone was inside. Penny went into her room and turned on her radio. Nothing happened. Penny picked up her radio and shook it. The insides were gone. Someone had taken all the wires out. Penny ran into the living room.
Did you take the insides of my radio? She asked Timmy. Of course not, answered Timmy. Why would I do that? Well, said Penny, they disappeared.
"Please don't argue, children," said Father as he went off to the bathroom. "I'm going to take my bath. We'll solve this problem later."
Yes, said Mother. We'll all help find the insides of your radio in a little while. Right now, I want to watch the 6 o'clock news. Timmy, dear, she said, is it 6 o'clock yet?
Timmy ran into his room to look at his alarm clock. But the alarm clock wasn't there.
Is it 6 yet? Mother shouted.
I don't know, Timmy said. Someone took my alarm clock.
That's strange, Mother said. Maybe Father knows where it is.
Timmy knocked on the bathroom door.
Hey, Dad, he said. Have you seen my alarm clock?
"I haven't seen your alarm clock," Father said. "Have you seen my soap?" Father put on his bathrobe and followed Timmy into the living room. "Something very strange is going on around here," Father said. "My soap is missing. Timmy's alarm clock is missing.
And someone took the insides of my radio," Penny added.
Let's watch the news, Mother said. We'll find everything later.
Father turned on the television.
No, Mother said. That's the wrong channel. Change the channel.
"I can't," Father said. "The dial is missing." Just then, Marvin appeared in the doorway.
Excuse me, Marvin said, but I'd like you to meet my invention.
Mother pointed to the middle of Marvin's invention.
Isn't that the missing TV dial? She asked.
What does your invention do? Timmy asked.
Just turn the dial and you'll see, Marvin said.
Timmy turned the dial. The invention blew a great big bubble. Then it blew another bubble, and another bubble, and another bubble, until the living room was filled with bubbles.
Turn it off, cried Mother.
Said Father. I wonder if that's what happened to my soap. Marvin turned the dial. Marvin's invention started to sing. It sang, "Pop Goes the Weasel" and "Three Blind Mice." It sang old songs and new songs. It sang and sang and sang. It sang louder and louder. "Turn it off!" Father shouted.
Maybe that's what happened to the insides of my radio, Penny said.
Marvin turned the dial again. The invention started to ring.
That sounds like my alarm clock, Timmy said.
The invention rang and rang and rang.
It must be 6 o'clock, Timmy said. I set my alarm for 6 o'clock.
It's time for the news, Mother said.
Mother walked over to the invention, pulled off the dial, and put it back on the TV.
I hope you don't mind, she said to Marvin, but I need this to watch the news.
That's all right, said Marvin.
Baby walked behind the invention and pointed.
Look, she said.
Father looked at the back of the invention. "Well, well," he said. "So that's what happened to our doorknob." Father turned the doorknob and opened the door in back of the invention. He reached inside and pulled out the insides of Penny's radio. "I hope you don't mind, Marvin," Father said, "but Penny wants to listen to her radio."
That's all right, said Marvin.
Then Father pulled out Timmy's alarm clock and a bar of soap. The soap was almost melted. "Timmy needs his clock to tell time, and I need what's left of the soap to take my bath," said Father. Then he put the doorknob on the door. "Marvin," Father said, "I think the best place for your invention is in your room. I hope you don't mind." Marvin didn't mind a bit. He took his invention upstairs and got right to work on a brand new, super special surprise.